We've got this fan drawing hot air through the loaf, through the tin that we made with the heat exchanger. We've got a current air temperature inside of, in fact I'll turn the camera so you can see better. So 119.7 degrees is the air we're drawing through the centre of the loaf. We've been keeping a check of all the temperatures. We started at 68 when we first turned it on, and we've had it up as high as 120. So it's running pretty hot now. This fan is now cooling that fan, so it's nice and cold to the touch. We've got a window up there that we've took out actually to vent a bit of moisture out. I don't know whether you'll see this, but this is currently what the loaf looks like. But you can't, let's turn the light on. Ow! There's some heat coming out of there, you can't get too close. Turn that fan back off. Sorry if the camera's shaking around a bit, but I've just burnt my hand. Go back down the ladder, I'll show you how it's working. If you look under there, can you see the hot coals? So that's the charcoal. We've got 4 trays of charcoal underneath. We've got a fan blowing oxygen over the charcoal. We've just added some new stuff now on one of the trays, so we're just putting a little bit of lighter fluid on it to get it going. And then we'll slide that back in, and we'll pull another tray out, add some charcoal to it, put that back in. So we're basically just doing one tray at a time, so we don't lose all the heat in one go. We can just do, there's 4 trays, so we can just do a quarter of it at once. But yeah, without that, I think we were running at about 80 degrees. We introduced the fan over the charcoal, which we weren't sure if we'd need. And then that's when we started rocketing up then to high 100 degrees. So that is basically how it's looking at the moment. We also can put the fan this end if we want to. So we've been alternating the fan from one end to the other. It's at that far end now because we're obviously swapping this tray. So we'll leave that out a second, let it start to ignite and get burning. We've got a bit more coal in here that we've been lighting as well. The fans are coping fine with the heat actually. Say hello, Martin.
Hello, you're right. I wish this was smelly vision. You should smell us. We don't smell great.
But you can smell bread. Yeah, I don't know whether it's noisy here, but the fan, that's quite hot to the touch. So that, cold, no problem. We're only using 2 of the pipes through the bread because the bread hasn't risen actually to the top 3 holes. We probably, with that tin, could have done a bigger batch. We're just going to introduce a bit of air now, like parasitic air off that to get that coal going faster. So Martha's just holding that on that tube. What's the cooking time? We have no idea. Because the temperature gauge we're using this week maxes out 150 degrees. So that's nicely getting them coals going before we slide it back underneath. We've got these blocks so we can just lift them in and out when we want to move different trays. This is what the block that we sat the baking tin on. So we've mixed the dough here. Well, in the concrete mix there, had the tray here. Once the tray got to the full weight, we used 2 telehandlers to lift it up onto that block, dropped it down, moved one telehander out, and then shoved it in to the oven, shut the doors, and got the temperature up. You see the bales of straw on the top are old bales and they're wet and damp, so they're steaming away. They're just keeping a bit of heat in. But that, pushing that air down that tube seems to be working well. You see that nicely glowing now. It's amazing actually how a little bit of oxygen really gets the fire going. There we were worried these pipes that are inside drawing the air out wouldn't take the temperature, but they seem to be coping fine. It's currently 117 degrees in there. That's the temperature probe through, you see. If I unplug this, you see the temperature drop rapidly now. And we'll go up here and we'll try get a reading from the top of the tin. But it is hard because it's so hot. So we'll stick that there a second. And we'll see what that rises up to. 94, 99, 102. You can't see, can you? It's too dark in there. We'll probably go up to 150, then max out. Which is good. We've got the temperature that we needed. There you go, 143. One we used last week. Cools down now. Go back down the ladder. The one we used last week, we damaged 2 of them, and then one of them we forgot to put inside, so we put it in through that window and it dropped onto the floor, and then it worked for a certain amount of time and then it just melted. So the only way of us telling accurately how hot the temperature is by the airflow through the middle of the heat exchanger that we've got. So that's at 89 now. In a minute that'll rise up. So we were about 120, I think, when we pulled it out, were we? Did anyone notice? 108, 109, which is pretty good really, because I reckon we've still got a tin not in. Yeah, it's still flying up, 113. That's pretty burning now. They'll probably slide that in a second, especially now they've set the tube on fire. Has the tube gone on fire? There we go. Let's see what this has got up to now. 114. Still a good temperature considering we've only got 3/4 of the heat source in the bottom. Probably leveling out now that. So what time are we on now? Does anyone know? 0.3 at I can't see the time because I'm on a live video. Someone want to tell me the time? 6:49, 18:49. Blocks in the way. But yeah, we're doing all right. We just don't know how long it takes to cook a 2-ton loaf of bread. Well, that's ready to go back in now. We will push that in, and we might move the fan to that end, and then we'll probably change the tin at this end maybe. We're going to sort of change tack. We were letting it sort of burn right down. Well, we've done that tin twice actually. We were letting it burn right down and then restarting a fire on it and putting it back in. Now we decided that we'll just pull them out. Now we know that we can maintain the heat. We'll pull them out, add a bit more charcoal, just like we just did then, and then push it back in again. So hopefully this should start to rise again. So 115.6, 116. So it's going back up now to 114 a minute ago. So
set the fan back to the other end, get that pulled up.
Yeah, swap that one round. So yeah, that's flying up now.
We leave it there, it's blowing the heat up to that end, isn't it?
It's rising anyway.
Take that middle one out and top that up there. I haven't done that one.
117.6. Yeah, someone said you need 200 for bread. Apparently 150 is okay, but it'll just take longer. We're probably at about 200 in the top of there because that's maxing out.
If you'd like 200, please come and shovel some coal. We're tired.
Yeah.
150 we're happy with.
Yeah, 118 now.
Yeah.
That's pretty decent. We've been maintaining that for quite a while before. Someone said he thinks the bales are on fire. Nah, I don't think so. 150 for a fan oven, there you go. Well, this is what it is. Yeah, so that's a middle tray now. So we'll just shovel a bit of coal on. It's like I say, we've already started burning. Push that underneath and off we go. Still maintaining 118. Yeah, I'd seen that crone chopper. Annoying. Oh, actually rising. I'd seen the crone chopper, but I didn't know it was a Kelvin's Lectures the other night, which is pretty close to me, so I could have gone and seen it, but I didn't, because I didn't know till I think I got in bed at night about 11:30 and saw the pictures. How long's it been in for? I think about 2 hours now. Martin only needs a flat cap. Yeah, them bales definitely aren't on fire. We don't know whether it's going to work, because it's all right having the temperature, but you've still got to drive the moisture from the bottom of the tin out the top of the tin, and then obviously there's vents in the oven as well through where we have the glass panel. I've got quite a long video to edit, so what I might do is hang up on the live unless there's any more questions, and then I'll edit today's video, and then you can watch how we mix the dough and the different dramas we had along the way. So yeah, I'll show you this one now. Yeah, so that came out, it was looking good. We shoveled, well, John shoveled a couple of shovelfuls coal back on, and we're going to put it back in.
Favourite sandwich topping? We'll be having that about 10 o'clock.
There's no point using the boiler, we've got the temperature we want. Will the new tracks be coming soon? I believe at the end of the month. How long do you think you will leave it in for? We don't have a clue, if I'm honest. More heat, someone's saying. I think we're okay for heat. What's plan B if it doesn't work? There isn't a plan B. It's just yeah, it's just going to be a tin of sogginess. What do you prefer, baking bread or driving a Lexington down the A9? Definitely driving a Lexington down the A9, it was easy. Have you informed Guinness World Record? We have, but they never got back to us, even though we did ask them about 2 or 3 months ago. They take ages, and they would have charged us to adjudicate it. So it'll be an unofficial record. So what temperature are we running now? 119, so that's still pretty good. Am I buying 2 tractors still? Well, you'll have to wait and see. Oh, has that come off the pipe? We're stealing a bit of airflow from that fan, but that's still pretty good. We're not even discoloured the paint on that. Doesn't half get it going, a bit of oxygen though. That's just black and there now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think that was black when we first went live. Just shows you the temperature in that coal. 120.1. What's the time? 120.1. The containers are like 655, 18.55. Oh, it's just cooled off a little bit. I don't know what the outside of the temperature is of the container, but it's pretty hot. So that's that back in now. So we'll let that get going again. We'll have another look up here just one last time, see what you can see. Hi Ian. Charlotte's trying to ring me now, see what we want to do for our tea. Did you see that then? See if I can do it again without burning my hands. On my phone. Ow, ow, ow. Right, how do I turn this torch off? Yeah, so it's not going to rise out the tin like we'd have hoped, but as long as it bakes, that's the main thing. Yeah, I'm going to go get something to eat, and we'll keep cooking it until we think it's cooked through, but we have no idea when that'll be. So, thanks for watching. Tune into the YouTube video I'll try and get it up in the next half an hour, and you can see how the mixing process and what went wrong. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in a bit.